Yeah. Who wants to hear a story? I know I do. Hey you, sitting there with nothing to do, why don't you come over here and maybe try something new? Yes you, don't waste your time just planting your seeds. Let's partake in FlameAmigo619 reads. You got a fic, he'll read ya, hilarity, he'll feed ya, or maybe deep emotions, whatever the feeling doesn't matter. Either solo or with friends, we're going on a trip to faraway places, or maybe not, just take a tip from me. He does have some standards, they're not far-fetched, it's a stretch, so keep that in mind, don't be a bitch. So kick up your feet, find something comfy to sit in, and enjoy the show. Now let us begin.
If you thought the Scooby-Doo Natural Born Eater fic was bad, and you thought Heaven Sent was bad, be glad we're not doing a double feature. This one, I think, can be its own double feature. Hello, welcome to FlameAmigo619 Reads. I am your cult of personality, Toon Critic Y2K, FlameAmigo619 of stuff and sorts.
Please help us!
I realize I messed up the intro by not introducing people, not calling myself cult of personality. I am an idiot. So, I'm going to introduce people that are in this little chat of sorts. Okay, we got Jewel.
Hi.
Sage. Sam.
Hi, Station!
Will.
You do not give birth to horses!
And Joey.
Science is a lie! It's a lie!
I've got your science right here. Well on it.
Jesus Christ. Today we are reading a Tom and Jerry fic. Well, that doesn't sound too bad, really. No, it doesn't, but I'm sorry. I ruined Scooby-Doo for you, and now I'm gonna ruin Tom and Jerry for you. It's a yaoi fic.
And just like that, we had about 1 million, or in this case, like 2 people leave.
And all the others are like, really? I'm intrigued.
Should I just play the Tom and Jerry theme?
I don't think that'll help.
And
now, finally we're doing the pairing that all of you wanted to see, finally.
Nobody wanted to see this!
You're the only one who wanted to see it!
No, I'm not. I'm pretty sure everybody else wanted to see it, right? Right?
You fucking liar!
That's a lie, and you are a liar for saying such lies!
We're reading today A Game of Cat and Mouse by Pink Bonbons 91. We're recording this episode along with episode 11. This is episode 12. Alright, let's do this.
You're not helping, Joey, I'm sorry, but you're not! It doesn't make it any better!
It's not my job to help. You do realize that, right?
Fuck, you got me there!
Okay, let's do this. Tom's tail flicked wildly with excitement as his yellow cat eyes scanned the fading light of the ground surrounding his estate. The pale moonlight cast faint shadows, giving his prey plenty of hiding places, but the little rodent wouldn't be escaping tonight. For weeks, Tom, the gray, tabby house cat, has been watching as the bold little brown mouse snuck onto his property, broke into his storehouses, and stole his food. Yes, for weeks he had been watching, but tonight he would put an end to the mouse's thieving ways. He closed his eyes almost all the way as a cool breeze carried the thief's scent to his sensitive nose, and a small purr of anticipation began in his throat. His ears stood at full attention as he listened carefully. Finally, he heard the tiny groan of protest from the storehouse door that signaled the mouse had made a selection, and was returning with his stolen prize. Tom slinked silently into the moonlight, standing just outside the building, staring at the mouse's back as he shut the door slowly in an effort to minimize the sound. His eyes held a dangerous, excited gleam in them, that of a predator stalking its prey. As the mouse turned around, he jumped and dropped the loaf he was carrying, eyes going wide, and a small squeak of fear was heard amongst his words.
You know you're already breaking one of the 10 Commandments here. Tom and Jerry do not talk.
And Tom and Jerry do not fuck.
Don't be mad at me!
I don't know if that's how necessarily he sounds. Try again.
Don't be mad at me!
He begged. Tom laughed, though he wasn't really amused.
Mad? Why would I be mad? You've only stolen several meals from me, but it's okay. You're about to make up for it.
Tom...
If you know what I mean.
Shut the fuck up, Sam! My God!
Tom took another deep draw of the mouse's scent. The way it mixed with his fear made his mouth water in anticipation. His ears flickered as he heard the faint, rapid pounding of his prey's heart. The sound sent adrenaline rushing through him.
I just love the taste of mouse.
Tom's eyes narrowed into yellow slits, and he flashed a grin that showed his fangs. The mouse squeaked, eyes widening in terror as he clutched the cheese he held tightly and bolted into the shadow of the building. Tom lowered his head a little, tail flicked excitedly as he took off after his speedy meal. He chased him around the backside of his estate, smirking when the scent of the cheese and the mouse forked into different directions where the mouse had clearly tossed away in an effort to confuse him. Too bad for his furry little playmate that his actions only served to make him easier to track. Tom paused to scent the air and took off after him once again. Tom couldn't help but smile as the scent trail thinned when he approached the stable, masked by the overwhelming smell of the horses.
Smart little mousey, aren't you?
He stepped into the stable with deliberate footfalls, designed to let the mouse know exactly where he was, walking slowly up the aisle, ears trained on every sound and flicked toward each one, tail quivering in anticipation, nose carefully sorting out the scents.
You think hiding in here will save you?
He asked as he took a heavy, slow step.
Think my senses are that weak?
Another loud step and a small grin as he picked up on the scent of fear before rodent.
Think again!
He yelled, throwing the door to the tack room open, his tail doing some fancy maneuvering to keep him from losing his balance as the mouse darted between his legs and ran into the darkness of the night outside. Tom chuckled darkly, his eyes filled with the excitement of the chase as he bounded after him into the darkness. This time, the fear made him easy to follow and was making him clumsy. Tom picked up on several noises and squeaks as he chased the mouse back through his estate. When they'd come full circle and Tom passed the storeroom again, his smirk faded as he concentrated. He was having a problem sorting out the old scent trails from the fresh ones. He muttered a soft curse under his breath as he circled slowly, scenting the air, going mad with the effort to find the trail. The mouse very nearly might have gotten away using this tactic. He might, that is, if he hadn't let out an involuntary squeak of fear when Tom's shadow passed on the other side of the door to the maintenance shed he'd been hiding in. Tom's ears flicked in the direction of the building and he immediately ripped the door open, shutting it behind him. His eyes surveyed the even darker room and finally saw his prize huddled on the corner in a curled-up ball, trembling in fear.
Don't eat me!
The mouse begged on the verge of tears. Tom's tail flicked faster and his ears went back, head lowered and shoulders hunched as he leapt forward, pouncing on his soon-to-be meal and pinning him to the ground, sitting on his hips, gathering his wrists in one hand and pinning them over his head. Now, I just have one question here. Are they the same size? Because I'm pretty sure in the cartoons, Tom was, like, massive compared to... Why am I bothering?
And by now there would be frying pans and ironing boards hitting people.
Don't eat you!
Tom flashed another fang-bearing grin that sent shudders down the small form below him.
That would make all the effort in chasing you rather a waste now, wouldn't it?
The mouse squeaked as his tears started to fall, and Tom leaned forward, licking the tears and purring deeply.
Oh shit, here we go.
There we go.
I don't want to die. I also don't want to do this, but I have no choice now, do I?
The mouse pleaded, squirming under him, trying futilely to free himself of the larger being. Tom snorted out a short, amused sound as he extended the claws of his free hand.
Perhaps you should have thought of that before stealing from me.
Tom scolded, trailing a single claw down the mouse's shirt. Oh my god, this is a furry story. The claw taking a line of skin with it and leaving a thin line of blood in its wake. When the shirt had been cut all the way down, Tom pushed it open, smirking down at his trembling, sobbing prey as he licked the line of blood.
Mm-hmm. Mousy, you taste divine.
He purred approvingly.
Oh my fucking god!
Admit it, Will, you've done worse. You have done far worse than this.
Alright, fine, I admit it. I've done worse. But dude, this is my second in command we're talking about.
I feel so raped.
We haven't even
I'm sorry. He's making me do this.
We're not even halfway done with this. The mouse's eyes went wide, and he squeaked and whimpered, struggling with renewed desperation. Tom groaned and shivered slightly as his every wiggle made contact with his groin and was getting him rather aroused. Tom growled low, and the sound was enough to give the mouse pause. Tom took the moment to glance around, spotting and grabbing some coarse rope and using it to bind the mouse's wrists together, and then to tie them to the leg of a utility shelf that was bolted into the floor.
Oh god, bondage!
Oh my, this is getting good. The mouse whimpered and pulled against the binds to test them, squeaking when the ropes bit into his wrists. Tom laughed darkly at his efforts and leaned in close to his ear to whisper.
Oh god. Trust me, Mousy. If there's one thing I know how to do, it's tie knots. You won't be getting out of that unless I wish you to.
He smirked before looking again at the mouse's tears.
Let me go! Let me go! I know what to do!
The mouse yelled hysterically as he trashed harder beneath him. Tom let out a low, long moan, his eyes rolling back slightly in pleasure as his arousal... as his arousal pressed repeatedly.
Seems you'll be sating a different sort of hunger first, little mouse.
Oh my!
Why the fuck did I do that?
Clearly you're insulting
And then you
this.
tell us, Mr. Pussyman.
Oh!
Tom growled as he ripped his victim's pants off, raising an eyebrow at the mouse's...
Got cut out again. That's it, everybody.
What? Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Fuck, he's
Oh
back.
god, that he came back.
Okay, where did I stop?
Tom, smirked,
no.
I believe. No, wait, no,
Tom growled.
Tom growled as he ripped his victim's pants off, raising an eyebrow at the mouse's own partial erection and the blush that colored his cheeks. Oh, now we're getting to the good stuff.
Whoa. Dude, you need, like... Hey! That's my stick. That's my trademark. Ain't nobody stealing it from me, bitch.
What are you going to?
The mouse's words broke off, and his eyes went wide with terror as Tom stood and removed his own pants, revealing an enormous erection. Tom smirked and took the moment of silence to settle between the mouse's legs, running his hands down his legs before lifting them and pressing his legs to the mouse's entrance. That seemed to snap the mouse out of his dazed state and began to kick and squirm in an attempt to get away. Tom glared down at him and gripped his legs to the point of pain, making them still their efforts.
I can kill you after, or if you prove to be too much trouble before, it makes no difference to me.
He snarled in warning. The mouse went pale at his words, but stilled completely. The defeated look in his eyes gave Tom a small case of the creeps, so he rested the mouse's legs against his shoulders and ran his hands over his body, sliding them down his thighs, over his pelvis, and up his side, smiling a little when his cock twitched, and he arched ever so slightly into his touch.
Joey, I'm sorry!
You people fucking owe me big for this one.
Why the fuck did I say I live to entertain? Okay, alright. Man mode. Let's do this.
We couldn't hear you.
Oh, fuck you, Sage! Alright. One more time, but that's it.
Louder, as they say.
I lost my place. Oh well, I guess we can't finish the fic tonight.
Lost your place. That's a bullshit okay, go well.
That's a good mousey.
You like this, don't you?
That's perfect. Tom couldn't help but grin as the mouse shivered at his question. He ran his thumbs over the smaller forms of nipples, electing a small moan and another, more obvious arch.
Did you steal from me, hoping I'd catch you?
He asked, his tone that of a parent knowing their child was guilty and wanting them to confess. The mouse didn't reply. He only flushed slightly and looked away. Tom growled a little to get his attention and pressed harder against his entrance.
Did you?
He demanded again.
Yeah, baby.
The mouse yelped.
So you wanted this then?
Tom reasoned as he began a mercilessly slow but steady entry into the mouse's tight hole. The mouse whimpered and cried out, forcing himself to relax the painful intrusion, squirming under him again.
No, I didn't watch this. I wanted to be with that stupid girl.
He cried out loudly, eyes brimming with tears at the pain and the shame as his cock grew full aroused. Tom moaned when he was fully seated in the small form beneath him. Ow, I wonder if they're not the same size and Jerry's much smaller than him. Wouldn't oh my god.
So, basically, Jerry is now Tom's condom.
That's what it looks like.
This hole can only fit the tip or something. Wait, why the fuck am I thinking about this?
Yeah, I'm already looking up the goods to get into this. Okay. He was almost painfully tight, and it sent shivers of pleasure through the cat. He chuckled darkly, letting one hand trail down the mouse's taut stomach and pelvis, gripping his cock firmly, almost painfully.
Your body says otherwise, little one.
Stroked the mouse firmly a few times, running his thumb over his slit just to watch him squirm.
I needed it!
So you're a liar and a thief.
And a fiend. No, I'm not.
I'm...
You quit fucking stealing that. The mouse was... Okay, who's eating? Kitty. What have I told you about eating during the readings?
Oh, Kitty's eating during the reading. Oh, well, I guess this is the episode over, please.
Please. We're not... Okay, we're about 2/3 of the way done with this. And we're only getting stuff. The mouse was silenced and held stock still as one of Tom's claws slipped inside his slit. His eyes went wide at the odd yet not entirely unpleasurable sensation, though he was vividly aware of the potential danger should either of them move quickly.
Now, I'll ask again.
Tom's voice held a hint of a threat to it as he pulled his claw out a little and slid it carefully back in.
You wanted this, didn't you?
The mouse said to fight not to shiver at his captor's tone.
Yes! I wanted it!
He squeaked out hysterically. Tom snorted, withdrawing his claw and licking at the bead of pre-cum he collected.
Fuck. Mousy. Every part of you tastes love.
Tom could only chuckle darkly as the mouse looked away with burning cheeks. His laughter soon died down, though, and turned a small moan as he pulled slowly out of the mouse, almost all the way, and then slammed back in, fast and hard, making the mouse writhe and squeal, his tears rolling down his cheek as his cock freely leaked pre-cum. Tom smiled, liking the reactions that it brought on, and repeated it several times, angling to hit a particular spot inside the mouse that made his cock twitch, and his squeaks turned into whimpers. His thrusts grew faster and harder as he neared his climax, when suddenly an idea struck him, and a wicked grin crossed his face. Tom pulled out of the small form and gripped the mouse's hips, flipping him roughly onto his knees, smirking as he yelped when the rope bit into the wrists further as it twisted tight. Tom re-entered his prey roughly and grabbed the bowl, placing it under him and angling his cock Oh god. And angling his cock at it, stroking him roughly as he pounded into him. The mouse gasped and groaned, every thrust causing his unprotected knees to scrape along the rough floor, and his aching wrists to pull against the tortuous ropes, none of which he was able to concentrate on due to the searing pain and pleasure in his backsides, and the building need in his core. Are you guys still here?
We wish we weren't.
Okay, I'm just...
I want to be elsewhere.
Coherent thought and the ability to form words left him as Tom continued his assault. The only sounds he could make were a string of frantic and lusty moans. Tom used his free hand to claw sharply at the mouse's shirt that still clung to his back due to the Earl tying him up before undressing him. His claws shred cotton and flesh, and he pulled the strips of clothing free, licking long, slow trails along the multiple bleeding scratches, purring loudly at the taste of his prey. Finally, Tom's thrust slowed, though his stroking remained firm and insistent as he leaned in to whisper to him. Oh, boy, here's the best.
Nope! 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 Fuck this! I'm done! I'm out of here!
He quits! Yes! Yes! Bizarre Blossom finally rage quits!
I rage quits too!
And Joey
Fuck off,
quits
is it
loud.
that bad?
Joey quit.
Joey and Will...
He literally quit!
Nope! Nope!
Bring
Joey,
back-
you get your ass back in here! Let's finish this up so we can get off our lives!
Okay, I'm back.
Thanks to this, you're probably going to inspire a bunch of homeless fuckers who obviously still live with their parents to, you know, write more shit like this. I hope you're fucking happy. I'm going to make you come so many times until you fill up this bowl. Do you hear me?
I'm setting that as my ringtone now!
No! No!
I'm kidding!
No, you're not!
Dude, I'm fucking kidding! Jesus Christ!
I don't care if you're fucking kidding or not!
The mouse stuttered, the fear easily heard in his voice. Tom grinned and ran a rough tongue over the mouse's ear before grinning and answering in a whisper.
I'm going to use it as a dipping sauce for your inside.
With that, the mouse's body was tensing and arching, and he cried out his orgasm, coming hard into the bowl, coating the bottom of it in thick rope seed. His body trembled with both fear and ecstasy as he rode wave after wave of pleasure. Tom shouted out his own orgasm as he felt the mouse tighten around him, growling loudly as he filled the boy with the seed, stroking him until he'd spilled every last drop into the bowl, before they both collapsed in a breathless heap to the floor. Tom reached over and untied the mouse, wiping the tears from his eyes.
Gary? Baby? You okay?
He asked softly, nuzzling into his lover's neck. Jerry nodded slowly, blushing a little.
This is the most fucking fucked up thing I've ever had to read. I mean, that was about convincing Gamma Cabman and everything.
Tom laughed softly, his voice much warmer now.
Did you enjoy it, little one?
Yes, very much so. You know,
No, I didn't hear that last.
Power players like a king of mine!
Tom smiled and kissed his lover deeply.
I do. Now we have to figure out how I'm gonna top that next.
Jerry looked at him curiously, knowing that Tom was not previously a big fan of these games, and wondered if he was starting to warm up to them.
Next time.
Tom grinned, his tail wrapping around them as he pulled his mouse closer.
Still have a ways to go to fill up that bowl.
He mused with that dangerous gleam in his eyes and made Jerry flush and look away.
Yes, sir.
Those last words either of them would speak as sleep claimed them both. The end.
You-
Yes, this was the
You-
best episode ever.
And let me just say this. It's gonna take a long time to fill up that milk. Like a monster mash.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you say that with a straight face?
Because Sam's almost as sick as motherfucker as I am.
I don't know what you people were being over about. That was hilarious.
See, I found that hilarious too.
I swear to God, I think you are the only one who wanted to see this happen just for your own sick amusement. I'm sure people are going to be commenting on this. They did not want to hear this. There might be a couple sick fuckers out there, but I'm sure they're just as sick and sadistic as you. Because, I swear to God, this is one... I literally have no words to describe the emotions that I'm having right now. I mean, the pairing that you did, Tom and Jerry, I don't care, that's fine. But me and my second in command, how dare you, sir? How fucking dare you? You sadistic, motherfucking, cocksucking, shit!
See, I fucking knew you were going that route. I fucking knew it. Yeah, I wasn't... seriously, I knew you were building up to this. I wasn't fooled for a second.
Good night, everybody!